Chad Wolf. What a name. Wolf. Chad Wolf. Wolf. He is the Department of Homeland Security's acting secretary. Today, he appeared before the Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Government Affairs. Yes, he did. And during the hearing today, very little of which I watched, but he was defending his handling by the Orange Ape and the Orange Ape's designated hitters, like Chad Wolf, on the protests in Portland, Oregon. And according to the Washington Post, he just got his bloomers in a wad at criticism from his predecessors, telling a Senate panel that former Homeland Security Secretaries Tom Ridge and Michael Chertoff were dead wrong. That's what Wolf called them. He said, no, they were dead wrong because, you know, both of them have raised objections to what Mr. Wolf has been authorizing. And both Chertoff and Ridge, both of whom worked for Trump, I'm sorry, oh my God, both of whom worked for Bush, a poor second, but he's still George Bush. Anyway, they had raised concerns that the Orange Apes administration response to the protesters in Portland had gone too far. Gone too far. Oh, my goodness. So Mr. Wolf, in front of the committee today, said Department of Homeland Security officers and agents were deployed to Portland to, you know, protect buildings. Yes, federal buildings from these destructive attacks. And Mr. Wolf claimed that the agents and officers and weirdos and unmarked uniforms of these people, they didn't interfere at all with peaceful protest. Whatever gave you that idea? Who are you going to believe? Me, Chad Wolf, as I sit here before your committee, or a bunch of goddamn ridiculous videos that somebody put together that shows that I'm a liar? What are you going to believe? You're going to believe me, senators. And Wolf went even further. He faulted city and state officials as cutting off cooperation with the Trump administration. Well, what Wolf is saying, what he was saying today is, city and state officials, you are not participating. You're not helping us. Don't you understand what we're doing here? We got to smash these son of a bitches, these lefties, these communists, these, I don't know what they are, but we have to smash them. We have to make way for the government, the authoritarian, unending government of Donald John Trump. And the city and state officials didn't help us. Oh, you bastards. He also got pissed off at a Portland City Council resolution that directed local police to cut their ties with federal authorities. Wolf was so pissed off, he said this, quote, Department of Homeland Security law enforcement officers received almost no assistance from state and local law enforcement in Portland. They were left to defend the courthouse besieged by attempts of arson and constant destruction. This circumstance should never have happened, end quote. Don't you want to tell him to, no, I can't say it. You know what I mean? To go do something to himself that involves sexual intercourse. Anyway, after those images circulated last month of the federal agents in camouflage, and God knows who they were they federal agents? Oh, who says? Oh, well, Chad says. But the Post reports that after those images circulated last month, camouflage uniforms, unmarked vehicles to snatch up protesters. Both Tom Ridge and Michael Chertoff expressed concern that the actions could hurt the department's reputation. Oh, sweet Jesus. Dude, you get that, right? That the violence against peaceful protesters might hurt the department's reputation. What about the Constitution, Michael? What about the Constitution, Tom? Huh? What about the First Amendment, boys? But no, it might hurt the Department of Homeland Security's reputation. The goddamn thing has only existed for 19 years. The Constitution has been around a lot longer than that. Anyway, Mr. Wolf said he spoke to both Michael and Tom since they complained, and he told the panel this morning, quote, "At the end of that conversation, they thanked me and said they did not know all the facts." Ooh. I wonder what the facts were as presented by Mr. Wolf to Michael Chertoff and Tom Ridge. What do you suppose? Do you think Chad Wolf gave them these kinds of facts? Listen, you two assholes. What are you trying to do? You, Ridge, you look like you just crawl out from under a rock. And Chertoff, you always have looked like a walking skeleton. The two of you have got to shut up, and shut up now. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're interfering with the master plan to save this country from the darkies and the queers and the Jews and the Buddhists and the Hindus and the liberals. Those are your facts. Well, he told the Senate panel this morning, and he was under oath, right, that Tom and Michael thanked old Chad after the facts were explained to them. Ooh. Now, the Orange Ape, of course, made a big deal about the what was going on in Portland last month to blast Democrats and to campaign as a law and order candidate. We're going to bring peace here to this frontier city. Yes, we are. There's not going to be any more gunfights in the street when I'm sheriff. He says, the Orange Ape says he's defending the country against anarchy. The sort of anarchy that he said repeatedly now will take hold in this country if, oh God, if Joe Biden wins the election in November. Oh no, we don't want anarchy. No. Now, this is something interesting, and I saw a part of this. The Republican senators on that panel, a bunch of goddamn rabid dogs who are starving. I mean, all they want to do is eat Democrats. They just want to tear something to pieces with their teeth and their claws. I mean, oh my God, those people make me sick. But they appeared eager to make Democrats responsible for all of this and to tie the protests in Portland to, rising crime all over the country. It's everywhere. And Chad avoided placing blame directly where the Republicans wanted to go. What's the matter, Chad? Lose your nerve there for a while? Come on, grow up here, buddy. You're supposed to be the Orange Ape's point man. So stop acting like you're not, okay? This Chad Wolf, by the way, is turning out to be probably Trump's favorite official in his filthy, corrupt, disgusting administration since day one. Anyway, Wolf went on to tell the panel that the Department of Homeland Security personnel suffered 277 injuries between July 4th and July 31st. No. Oh, that's terrible. Hey, Chad, you got any statistics on the injuries that your people perpetrated against protesters, men, women, young people, and the Constitution, and dignity, and decency, and freedom of assembly, and the right to redress, to petition government for redress of grievances? Do you want to talk about that, Chad? You goddamn Nazi, you? You sit there with your little straight back and your little attitude. Yeah, he's Trump's favorite already. Yeah. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. You have your choice. You can listen to The Ranting with the audio podcast, or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.